So you can't cut high at 5 or 6 inches because you don't have the density, and you won't get an even outcome on the grass. But because you've cut low, you can't regain the density. So you got a kind of a problem there. And first of all, this example lawn, I want to tell you, the lawns around have been cut 3 or 4 times since this was cut. This lawn is also not irrigated or fertilized. It also has far more trees per square footage than should be reasonable, that this lawn wouldn't be completely choked up with leaves. This lawn consumes those leaves. It has enough canopy to protect the soil microbes and can retain enough moisture that those cellulose can be utilized and broken down for fertility. So if you're in a position where you don't have the density, and one reason this don't need cut very often is because it's so strong in its core lawn that it chokes out the weeds. There's a couple places where I ran the mini skid up to take out some removals and stuff like that, there's a little bit of stress in lines where it's backed down. But to get it back to a situation where you can mow at a taller cut height so you don't have to spend a lot on fertilizer and water, then you're going to have to tolerate a little bit of unevenness, because you want to mow to the genetics of the core lawn, not mow to the weeds. Okay, so if the core lawn you want to be thick and full and at the very, full enough to cut at the very top, then at 5 inches, then you'll want to mow consistently at 5 inches, and you'll want to wait to put traffic on only if there's some cellulose to yield above that, because the trick of it is that bit of cellulose that you cut to put back down into the soil supports the soil microbes that take it underneath, digest it, create fertility. And then they also take in more to support the mycelium network that transfers nutrients and information laterally instead of just up and down. So it is difficult once you cut low, because there is genetic markers that stay residual in the soil and in the plant for quite some time as a reaction to the low cutting, and some growth factors will not return even after you see new growth as far as the stem of the plant. And as such, then that may have the appearance of growth, but it's not growth in the manner that supports and makes it resilient through drought, that retains moisture, et cetera, et cetera. You'd have to look at it under a microscope to see the reaction from a low cutting. All right, have a good day.